Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive deep into one of the most remarkable economic transformations that Argentina has experienced in recent times. You might not have seen this in the mainstream media, but here we'll show you with clear data. The country's poverty rate has dramatically dropped from a staggering 54.8% down to 38.5%. This is a reduction of over 10 percentage points, occurring much faster than many experts anticipated. How did we reach this point? Why is this shift happening now? And more importantly, how can these policies serve as a blueprint for other nations grappling with similar challenges? Let's uncover the facts behind these changes and explore their potential global impact. First, we need to understand the root cause of what was holding Argentina back: the fiscal deficit. Historically, the Argentine government spent more than it earned year after year. This created a vicious cycle of debt accumulation and money printing. When the government prints more money without a corresponding increase in productivity, it leads to inflation. Prices go up, the currency loses value, and people's savings and salaries buy less each month. Under the new economic policies championed by President Milei, this cycle has been disrupted. The administration's first major move was to eliminate the fiscal deficit. Instead of spending more than what was brought in through taxes and other revenues, the government tightened its belt, made strategic cuts, and improved the efficiency of public spending. As a result, Argentina now enjoys a fiscal surplus, meaning the state brings in more money than it spends. Why does this matter? Because a fiscal surplus means there's no longer a need to print money just to cover bills. With the monetary base stable, the central bank no longer floods the market with extra currency. The outcome? Inflation, which had been raging at around 25% monthly, has now dropped dramatically to about 2.4% per month. Lower inflation stabilizes prices, rebuilds confidence, and makes it easier for people and businesses to plan for the future. Now, here's the critical link to poverty reduction. When inflation goes down, people's incomes start to mean more. Salaries that were once eroded by rising prices now maintain or even increase their purchasing power. Let's take a look at this chart from June as an example. Red marker. This shows an average monthly salary increase of 6.2%. That's comfortably above the inflation rate at the time, meaning workers were not only keeping pace with price increases, but actually outpacing them. Blue marker. Private informal sector. Here, wages rose by an incredible 9.2%. The informal sector, often the most vulnerable and hardest hit by economic instability, is now seeing substantial gains. This is huge because it means even those working outside the formal system are improving their standard of living. Black marker, public sector salaries. Public sector wages rose by around 3.9%. While this might seem lower, it's part of the Milei government's strategy to prevent disproportionate salary hikes in the public sector. By keeping these increases more aligned with or even slightly below inflation, the government signals fiscal responsibility. The aim is not to balloon the public payroll irresponsibly, which could force future money printing and a return to the old inflationary spiral. Green marker, formal private sector. Wages in the formal private sector increased by 6.7%. This steady growth shows that the private economy, operating under stable and predictable conditions, can invest and pay its workers more. As businesses grow and profit, so too do their employees. What does all this mean for ordinary Argentines? For the first time in years, people are seeing their real incomes rise. When the cost of living grows slower than wages, families can afford more essentials and even some comforts. Over time, as more people earn enough to meet their basic needs and save a little extra, the overall poverty rate declines. This is exactly what we're seeing. The poverty rate fell from 54.8% to 38.5% as more Argentines climbed above the poverty line. It's not just a statistical change. It represents real families that can now afford better meals, keep their kids in school longer, and invest in their future rather than just struggling to survive. So, can other countries replicate this success story? While every economy is unique, there are some universal lessons here. 1. Fiscal discipline. Ensuring the government lives within its means is crucial. Chronic deficits often lead to money printing, inflation, and poverty. 2. Stable monetary policy. By controlling the money supply and avoiding artificial stimulus, inflation can be brought down, restoring confidence in the local currency. 3. Encouraging private sector growth. Allowing salaries to rise naturally with productivity and profitability, rather than through inflation-driven raises, helps maintain sustainable wage growth. 4. Focus on vulnerable sectors. Targeting improvements in the informal and lower-wage sectors can yield broad reductions in poverty. Is this Argentina's economic miracle? While the future remains uncertain and challenges undoubtedly lie ahead, the data so far suggests a positive and potentially transformative trend. If these policies continue and economic stability endures, Argentina could become an inspiring example of how sound fiscal management and stable monetary policy can lift millions out of poverty. Thanks for watching. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about these changes. Could other countries follow a similar path? Until next time, stay informed and stay optimistic.